All right, let's end off day one of this 2-day show with this story from the Hollywood Reporter. And that is Disney major studios get $30 million from illegal streaming sites amid piracy crackdown. Studios and production companies have aggressively been enforcing their copyrights to combat piracy. And there is a point that I do want to make with this, but I want to get through the entire article, then make the point. A coalition of top movie and TV studios have secured a $30 million judgment against the operator of two illegal streaming sites. The studios and defendant, Dwayne Johnson, with no relation to the actor, the article even brings it up that there is no relation, agreed to resolve the suit in a deal that includes an injunction barring him from continuing to operate any service that allows users to pirate movies, according to court documents filed on March 27th. So by the time you guys are hearing this, that will have been the day prior. Universal, Disney, and Netflix sued Johnson in December 2021 for copyright infringement. Universal, Warner Brothers, Paramount, and Apple, among others, also joined in on the suit. The extent of the piracy was quote-unquote massive, according to the complaint. Johnson operated two services, All Access TV, referred to as AATV, and Quality Restreams that sold subscriptions to copyrighted movies and TV shows, including the Harry Potter and Jurassic Park movies, as well as The Office, through thousands of live channels and video-on-demand offerings. The live channel feed allowed users to access major networks like HBO, Cinemax, and NBC. Consumers could download the platforms on their devices. The settlement comes as studios and production companies are increasingly taking entities to court for copyright violations stemming from the illegal streaming of content. In September, a trio of lawsuits from Voltage Pictures and other copyright owners against internet service providers for refusing to expel customers who repeatedly pirated their movies settled. Copyright law is the weapon of choice for intellectual property owners who are increasingly asserting their ownership rights to combat illegal streaming. Subscription plans included VOD access for an additional $15 per month on top of the monthly $25 base plan. It organized content into numerous categories, including the streaming services on which the movie and TV shows aired. The suit claimed that Johnson knew his conduct was illegal. It pointed to quote-unquote concerted efforts to conceal the unlawful enterprise by using a site that purports to sell VPN software but actually sells subscriptions to his services. If copyright infringement is willful, the owner is entitled to statutory damages of up to $150,000 per infringed work. Johnson allegedly generated $3 million in annual revenue from AATV, according to the complaint. So, why is it that I'm talking about this? It's very, very simple in the fact that, look at the streaming market today as compared to the streaming market of 10 years ago, right? It's incredibly fragmented, right? If you want to watch all the shows that you want to watch on all of these major services, and I know I've already covered this in my Piracy Always Needs to Be an Option video that I made over a year ago. If you're watching this on YouTube, I've already carded that particular video. I go really in depth in that. It's almost an hour long. But I do bring up the point in that video that you will find it very, very difficult to find someone who is not interested in at least one or two of the streaming originals on Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, Discovery Plus, HBOMax, right? You're going to find it very, very difficult to find someone who is not interested in at least one or two of those shows. But what the major studios all want you to do is they all want you to sign up for their own streaming service. So again, in their perfect world, you're going to sign up for 7 different streaming services that have 7 different login requirements, 7 different passwords, and pay 7 different subscription fees to watch all the shows that you were getting on Netflix to begin with over a decade ago. And this is why I wanted to talk about this. Now, I will bring up the fact that this dumbass motherfucker, right, the only reason this dumbass motherfucker got caught, the guy who ran All Access TV and Quality Restreams, the only reason this dumbass motherfucker got sued is because he was charging a subscription fee to access the pirated movies and shows. Right? This is how this dumb motherfucker essentially got sued. But let's actually look at it, right? Johnson allegedly generated $3 million in annual revenue from AATV according to the complaint, why are people signing up for all access TV? It's because they say it right here, right? All access TV and quality restreams that sold subscriptions to copyrighted movies and TV shows, including the Harry Potter and Jurassic Park movies, as well as The Office, through thousands of live channels and video on demand offerings. The live channel feed allowed users to access major networks like HBO, Cinemax, and NBC. Consumers could download the platforms on their devices. So again, what happened is that this guy basically just consolidated all of these platforms into just one single service. Right? Does that sound familiar to you, boys and girls? It's because this was Netflix's very business model from the beginning. The reason why Netflix exploded in the market like 10 years ago was because Netflix pretty much had everything that you wanted to watch on one easy-to-use platform. That's why Netflix really caught on like wildfire. And believe it or not, piracy actually went down during that time. But then as of 2018, BitTorrent traffic was on the rise yet again, and that happened to correlate when when all of these different studios basically decided, well, screw Netflix, we're going to start up our own streaming service, pull all the stuff from Netflix and put it on our own service. Again, you're basically paying more money for all the stuff that you could access through one service just 10 years ago, right? This guy actually went and did it. And instead of the major studios like looking at this of, I wonder why everybody was paying, let's just say $40 a month, because they said that the VOD access was $15 per month on top of the $25 base plan. So let's say $40 a month. And here's the thing, $40 a month is a hell of a lot cheaper than Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBOMax combined, the top 5 streaming services, at least here in the United States, right? Paying $40 a month is significantly cheaper, and you get access to everything, right? So instead of looking at the situation and going, why is it that people are willing to pay for this quote-unquote illegal service and not our own service? Instead of doing that and then coming together and agreeing on one platform with one subscription fee where everyone can access everything, no, we have to sue you and shut it down. Shut it all down. How the fuck did that work out for the music industry, boys and girls? Remember when the music industry sued Napster into oblivion? And Napster went away, and everybody thought, woohoo! Napster went away. MP3s go away. Yippee! Right? Did the downloading and redistribution of MP3 files go away when Napster went down? No, they didn't. More services cropped up. LimeWire, Kazaa, BearShare, I can't remember all the services that popped up as a result of Napster, right? But still, what the movie industry is essentially doing right now is they're doing the same shit that the music industry did 20 years ago, and it didn't work then. It's not going to work now. Once again, the reason why people were basically paying for this quote-unquote illegal service was because, hey, we're going to take all of these, all these streaming movies and shows and put them all under one platform, do what Netflix did a decade ago. And, at $40 a month, it was a good deal. Again, the reason why this dumbass motherfucker got sued is because he charged a subscription fee. But this also points to the fact that people are willing to pay for a platform that's going to just consolidate everything, right? One ease of use platform to access all the movies and shows that you want to watch. Nobody wants to have 10 different, 10 different services that they subscribe to that require 10 different passwords with 10 different subscription fees. Okay, I hate to break this to the Hollywood studios. No butt fucking person wants that. In reality, what most people are doing is they are subscribing to the service that they use the most, and they are pirating the rest. And one final thing before I end this segment, and I don't mean to sound like Al Gore here, but here's the inconvenient truth about piracy at the end of the day. Game of Thrones would not have become the most popular show on the planet if it wasn't the most pirated show on the planet, right? The season 8 premiere of Game of Thrones was illegally downloaded more than 50 million times within 24 hours of it premiering on HBO. But guess what? HBO also reported that the season 8 premiere of Game of Thrones set viewership records on HBO itself, with 17.4 million people tuning in to the premiere on HBO. So once again, all of these companies, Disney, Universal, Warner Brothers, they all want to have the next Game of Thrones, right? But you're not going to get that if you continue to crack down on piracy, because once again, Game of Thrones became the most popular show on the planet because it was the most pirated show on the planet for years, and you cannot get around that. I know they don't want to. They want to bury their head in the sand and go, la, 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 la. Game of Thrones was only popular because everybody subscribed to HBO when they really didn't. La, 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 la. Right? You're not going to get the next Game of Thrones if you're going to continue going after these piracy websites. You can absolutely use them for your benefit. And once again, why were people actually paying for this, all access TV despite it not being legitimate? Because it consolidated everything into one platform that was probably easier to use than having to jump around between 10 different fucking streaming services to watch all these shows that you got on Netflix a fucking decade ago. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the show right here for today. This ending might come across as really weird if you're not watching this on March 28th, 2023, and all of the segments are now up. So once again, this ending is going to be very, very awkward. I can acknowledge that. So for those of you that are watching this on March 28th, 2023, make sure to tune back in tomorrow for the other 3 segments of TMRP for this week.